Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Hiba, and here on my channel I cover recent missing person cases. If you're into that type of content, go ahead and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Today I'd like to talk about a case that I've been following for a few weeks, and that is the case of Alexis Ware, who has been missing since January 30th from South Carolina. Alexis's family has been tirelessly advocating for her and trying to get more media attention on her case. There's been a lot of rumors and gossip surrounding this case and a lot of finger pointing, but what's important here is bringing Alexis home. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Right as I was about to record this, some new information was released, so I'll be sure to include that as we get going. Alexis is a 29-year-old woman from Greenville, South Carolina. She is a mother of two, one boy and one girl, and works as a hairstylist. As you can see in these pictures, she is a beautiful girl. She is active on social media and has over 20,000 followers on both Instagram and Facebook. On January 30th, Alexis went missing from Anderson County. That evening, Alexis had met up with one of the children's fathers, a man named TJ Patterson. Alexis allegedly called TJ and asked him if he could meet her to take the kids. I believe that she also needed gas, so the two met at a 7-Eleven on Highway 29 North at around 7:30 p.m. According to TJ, he took the kids and he and Alexis agreed that she would follow him back to his mother's house. However, once on the road, TJ claims that they stopped at a red light, and instead of following him, Alexis sped off and turned down a different road. After this, he tried to call her to see what happened or where she was going, but after a few minutes, her phone started going to voicemail and it was turned off. I'll include an interview with him here where he explains his account of the details.
Alexis Ware, this is her right here. She's been missing since Sunday. She was last seen by her children's father at around 7:30 in the Anderson area. Now, she's from Greenville, but she was reported missing in Anderson. He saw her at the store, right?
Yeah, 7-Eleven on 29, Highway 29.
All right, so what happened? She dropped the kids off?
She called me, you know what I'm saying? I was at my aunt's house watching the game. She called me, she said, TJ, where you at? I need you to come pick the kids up. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get by the gas. So I said, okay, you know what I'm saying? How far can you make it? She said, I got 3 miles left in the car. So I said, try to make it to 7-Eleven on 29. So she was like, okay. So she made it. I pulled up, you know what I'm saying? And I got the kids. And she was like, give me a hug. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, you going to your mom? She said, I'm going to my mama's house. I said, okay. She said, well, I'm going to follow you to your mother's house. So got in the car, got the kids or whatever, gave her a hug. She followed me. And then I get on Amity Road to the red light. She speed around me and took off down Anderson Belton Highway. I was calling the phone, seeing where she was at. She went out to the phone, and about 2 minutes later, she cut it off.
Unfortunately, Alexis hasn't been seen since that night. Several days after she was last seen, her car, a red Honda, was discovered in a rural area of McCormick, which is about an hour away from where she was last seen at the 7-Eleven gas station. Her phone and her purse were still in the car, but there was no sign of Alexis. One of the details that was just released that I mentioned in the intro is that the car was found covered in mud. Alexis was meticulous about cleaning her car and would have never left it like this. It was also found in a rural area, like I said, specifically a deer hunting area. Investigators did check for forensics and for anything else, and they did pick up prints, but they haven't specified if those belong to Alexis or to someone else. Investigators have also released that the car was picked up on video crossing the border into Georgia, specifically Augusta, and then back into South Carolina on the day that Alexis was last seen. Despite searching acres of land around where her car was located though, Alexis hasn't been found. So what happened to Alexis? Where did she go after meeting TJ? As with every missing person case, it's essential to look at those closest to the victim or those to last see the person. In this case, it's her baby's father, TJ Patterson. Let me tell you a little bit more about TJ and about their relationship. I've read that the two weren't officially dating, but that they've kind of been on and off for a while now. But TJ has a very frightening past, both in general and in terms of his relationship with Alexis. He was recently in prison on murder charges. Yes, that's right, murder charges. In fact, he's been charged with murder several times. I'm not going to get into the details of these cases, but there is information out there if you're interested. In January 2021, so about a year ago, Alexis paid $20,000 to help him get released. I believe Alexis sold one of her cars to pay for this. Despite that though, TJ did not treat Alexis well. And to be honest, that doesn't really surprise me considering what he's charged with. He is abusive and has put his hands on her on more than one occasion. One of these incidents allegedly occurred because he thought that she was texting underneath the blanket. Friends say that he is jealous and possessive. A few weeks before she disappeared, there was another domestic incident, and this time Alexis actually reported it to the police, so they do know about it. I'm going to include a picture that Alexis shared with one of her friends, and it's pretty graphic, so I understand if you want to skip over this. As you can see in the picture, she was badly injured. All things considered, it makes sense that Alexis would want out of this relationship. There are messages from her to friends telling them that she wanted to leave, but that TJ wouldn't let her. So knowing all of this, and that TJ was the last person to see her, is terrifying. Whether it was to prevent her from leaving him, or to get rid of a witness, it makes sense as to why we might think that he's involved in her disappearance. However, TJ is on probation and wears an ankle monitor. He made a post about this, which I will include here. If he's being monitored properly, it should be easy to prove that he isn't involved with her disappearance. However, apparently the monitor doesn't always work, and I've heard that it actually didn't pick up his movements that day. We also know that monitors can be tampered with. However, the fact that he's being monitored leaves the door open to other possibilities. Just because he wasn't there physically doesn't mean he couldn't have set something up. Aside from TJ being involved though, there are other possibilities as to what happened. Prior to her disappearance, it's been said that Alexis was acting a little bit off. She had made some strange posts on social media, including one about winning the lottery, and just wasn't really acting herself. She was also planning to give away her things, including her car and other belongings. There's been a lot of drama surrounding this and the girl she potentially was going to give her stuff to, but that's not the point here. Alexis may have been struggling with something mentally. It seems like she was planning to move somewhere or go somewhere else. Her friends have alluded to this possibility as well. However, everyone that knows Alexis insists that she wouldn't have left like this, without her children, without telling her family and friends or her clients. It's just not like her. So I'm not sure how realistic this is, especially considering the next piece of information that was just released. On the day she was last seen, there was a black truck outside of Alexis's apartment. According to her mother, Alexis was so freaked out by this that she called law enforcement. After the sheriff came and left, Alexis ran down the stairs, exited her apartment, and got into her car. No other details have been released about this incident. I've also heard that Alexis asked a friend to drop by her place to see if she had received a package, but after learning about this black truck, I wonder if it was just an excuse for her to make sure that nobody was at her house. Is it possible that someone was following or threatening Alexis? Maybe she felt like she needed to leave for her loved one's safety. I believe that she has a Ring camera installed, so hopefully that provides us some more information or answers. I really want to believe that Alexis is at a safe house somewhere and that she just made the sudden decision to leave while sitting at that red light. I want to believe that she's safe somewhere. But with all the details we know, including who she left her kids with, I'm very concerned. Like I've mentioned several times, there's been a lot of drama in this case. Her family emphasizes that the goal should be to bring Alexis home, and I agree 100%. Alexis is 5'5" and weighs 230 pounds. It's believed that she may have been wearing a bonnet the last time she was seen. If you have any information, no matter how small, please call the number in the description below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to share her story, and I'll see you in the next one.